Georgia lawmakers are hurtling toward adjournment with the legislative session ending tonight. And in doing so, they are seeing some surprise Frankenbills that have curiously surfaced. 11 Alive's Doug Richards is live at the state capitol right now with more on what we're seeing here. Doug?
Yeah, greetings from the Capitol, where there are lots of people in their business attire, many of whom may be intrigued by or even amused by the Frankenbills that have emerged. But to those who are supportive of or opposed to them, they are actually deadly serious.
And finally, the topic of bingo, which I know is very near and dear to some members of this House, was added.
House Republican Rob Leverett had just learned that his fellow Republicans in the state Senate had taken a bill to change compensation for judges and added language regulating games of bingo.
Again, I don't believe that should be stuck on a judicial compensation bill.
Leverett wasn't alone.
Titles of bills this late means nothing. You know, we could be talking about judges and dealing with dog catchers.
I just don't know how you address that topic of bingo in a judicial compensation bill.
Well, it would have to be accompanied by a constitutional amendment, would it not?
And I frankly don't know, because bingo has not been one of my passions this session.
And yet the bill passed. Frankenbills have become commonplace in recent days. Two bills that would restrict hormonal treatments and sports opportunities for transgender youth were attached to seemingly unrelated bills in the last few days.
You're talking about judicial compensation, you put a bingo bill in there.
Critics say such bill splicing undercuts the seriousness of lawmaking.
Where you can put a bill that has some germaneness to it based on this code section, where you can slip something in, and that's the foolishness of the General Assembly. Like, it should never be there.
All right, Doug, so a lot of folks might be wondering if there are any rules that govern these so-called Frankenbills.
Well, there are. They have to be somewhat linked in the same section of the official code of Georgia, which is sort of where all the state laws reside. However, it's kind of fluid. The connection may be very loose, which is part of what drives people crazy and why people love to use them.
All right, Doug, thank you.